What's good? We have just left the villa, the hotel, the beautiful Sagres. We're now leaving because we're now on our way home back to Spain where we live. But we've got a huge announcement to tell you if you haven't heard already. But we are doing daily videos every day in February for our channel Fizz, which is our bonus channel. So if you want to see what we're up to, more longer videos, of course guys, we're still going to be sharing things on here. This is still going to be all the behind the scenes. You're still going to find out things before the videos even come out, which is what is amazing about Snapchat. But the videos are going to be all about our life, everything that we get up to, and like loads of useful things in there. And you just get to hang around with us
over the course of February.
Yeah,
like so much travel and so many things happening, so we thought it'd be nice to actually get to like do a daily vlog where we share stuff, because sometimes it feels more complicated to your brain to make like 2 or 3 YouTube videos a week than it does just to make them every day. So it feels nicer that we'll have an ongoing dialogue, a bit like Snap, I guess, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so Snap's still going to be here, and you know, you're going to get to see all the behind the scenes, but then the videos that we're going to be doing every day, they're going to be a lot longer, and then we're just going to be sharing everything that we do in our lives. Like, you just get to hang around with us, see what we do, because we've had so many questions over the last like couple of years about how do you do this, like how do you eat healthily, how do you do, like basically how do you live, basically, which is like, I keep saying basically, don't I, sorry about that. But it's
basically,
yeah, so basically you're just going to get to hang around with us, and I'm really looking forward to it, because like what Darren just said a minute ago, when you do daily you get in such a good rhythm, it just like you're in a flow with it all, and I just really enjoy that.
Us as well by doing Snapchat daily for like almost a year now.
Yeah,
it's kind of shown us that we're now at a stage in our lives where we can potentially make daily YouTube videos as well. We're only going to do it for 1 month, and we're going to see how it goes, see how you guys love it, see how we get on with it, and then, you know, go from there.
Yeah, it's good. So if you haven't
maybe we'll just do it like periodically, so not necessarily forever, but like we'll do a month in Feb, and then maybe we'll do a month in June, or you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's a nice way to have a good connection with people, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
where we
lovely.
get to actually share like everything, rather than, because when you make a YouTube video, you basically have to choose a section of your day that you're going to do something. Whereas when you're doing daily, then basically it's just you're kind of documenting your life, isn't it? You're just like showing everything that you do. And I feel like it's been a long time since we did that, because we last did daily in 2018. We stopped daily in 2018, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we've done periods of daily over Decembers, but they're always just like Christmas themed. So it'd be nice to just do everything to do with like our routines and our health and fitness and lifestyle, because a lot has changed. Like, since we last did it in 2018, loads of stuff has changed. And I feel like the only way, because you don't remember everything that you do until you actually start sharing everything, and then you're like, oh, actually there's loads more to like what we could share, isn't there?
Yeah, you've worded that perfectly. Yeah, like our lifestyle and everything, which is like, also we take a lot of the things that we do for granted because it's become like a big habit in our life, like a routine.
Well, like I said,
just nice
I know I told you guys before, but we're putting together a website basically with links to like every product that we use. I don't know, like these glass mugs that we've got here for when we like drink out, like get a drink out, blah blah blah. And it's not until you start going through that process that then you're like, there's so many, like even this morning I was like, hang on, we need to have a travel section on the website. Like there's loads of things that we take with us when we travel which keep us healthy. Like when we go on planes, we have the little sachets of vitamin C, because obviously you can't take a bottle because it's over the limit of like how many milliliters you're allowed. So we have the little sachets, and then there's all these different little bits that we have that we incorporate, and it's become such second nature to us that we don't really think about it. So obviously doing daily videos, even that is going to help us to just and then once we start getting your questions as well, then we'll be able to bounce off those, won't we?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, guys. It's really fun, and I just feel like now the younger two, Carm and Koa, who we always call the babies, they're not babies anymore.
We don't actually call them babies anymore.
No, we don't so much.
I think they're so big now, we don't.
No, I think because they both come out of the toddler stages. I feel like even when like children are 4 years old, they still have that like elements of being a toddler still. I was talking to some other mums about this, and they agree with me, they still, but now once they get to about 5,
who's not 4 anymore? Koa!
I know, he's a big boy, he looks 7.
How old are you, Koa? 5? What a big boy.
But how old do you look? Yeah, that's what they keep saying. Carmen's like, I'm 6, but I basically. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, still going to do daily snap on here, and make sure you're subscribed to Fizzia, our bonus channel.
Yeah, youtube.com/FIZZIER.
But we've still got some amazing videos planned to go on Family Fizz, but we're going to focus on Fizzia because I think it's just too confusing doing Fizzia and Family Fizz. Yeah.
Well, also we like the idea of like there's 2 avenues of getting to share. So it's like Family Fizz is the bigger, more well thought out, like big life experiences or challenge videos. Like for instance, the last one we did on there was living in one colour for 24 hours, green, and it was to celebrate us being vegan for 13 years. And then it was basically we just did loads of things throughout the course of the day, like eating and shopping and all this various stuff. As a challenge video, so that's a more like, it takes a long while to plan, it takes a long while to edit, so that they're like the bigger videos. And then the Fizzia channel can be for the more faster turnaround type of ones, where they're just a 1-day edit and we can have a better constant communication.
Yeah.
And then I guess Snapchat is like the ultimate in terms of just like yesterday you spoke for 45 minutes about your makeover picture, didn't you?
Yeah, because I think with like YouTube videos you can't just like normally speak for 45 minutes about one topic. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, so like our Fizzia video is going to be like vlogs of our day, but you get to hang around with us, we can chat with you, we can answer your questions, nice and like chill, but still like we're going to have a laugh and things like that. And then the Family Fizz video is more intentional, like more like a TV show. That's the vibe that we want them to have. Like you sit down, you get a bit of entertainment. Still gonna have loads of meaningful things in it and fun and like inspiring, but just like more TV showish.
Yeah, so the one was going to be going out on Family Fizz, which we filmed during the whole duration of while we were at that fitness retreat, is don't know what the title is yet. We haven't quite decided it, but something along the lines of like we try going to a family fitness retreat.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really good video.
Yeah, but I love that. Like when you're like a content creator, I just love that you can have all these different forms of expression. I just love that. I love that we get the challenge, because I find the Family Fizz videos the hardest to make, because like you can't just waffle on for 45 minutes about one topic. It's not that, you know, that's not what that is for. So I love that we get that challenge of that we can be creative and make like a kind of TV show kind of thing. Like we're thinking about the background music.
Can you tell me when the light goes green, because I can't see it.
I can't see it.
No,
I can sort of see it. I can't see it. The sun's blinding me. I love that we can be creative, think how the scenes can like be entertaining, and like we craft the storyline in it. But then with the Fizzia, I love that we can just more relax in it and just showing the day, and it's casual and things like that. Yeah. And then the Snap is even more casual. We can just give you instant update, really chat to you.
They know how casual Snapchat is.
Like you just Snap is like, I'm literally just.
They never know what they're gonna get. Like one day it might just be a 1-hour talk about postage stamps.
Yeah. With Snap it's like we can rant to you about something. It's like, you know, when you just want to give your friend a voice, you know, like a podcast voice note. Yeah, that's what it's like. I feel like I feel like I can just check in with you, like, you know, when you just want to call your friend to send a message to them. That is what Snap is. Yeah. So I really like that. So yeah, guys, let us know what content or like what kind of things you want us to show of our routines, etc. on Fizzia. That'd be really nice, guys, because we've got a whole month of videos. I haven't like. We've got some days already planned out because we've got some trips and things coming up. Well, it's just because we know what's happening. Yeah. You know what's happening, but we don't. We can basically talk about and show anything. So yeah, let us really know. Excited. Yeah, I really want 2025 this year to be where we really feel like we can be. We can basically talk about and show anything. So yeah, let us really know. Excited. Yeah, I really want 2025 this year to be where we really feel like we can be our authentic selves with you guys and just share all about things about our life, because when we make too many more in depth, I think is all it is. It's not like we've ever been inauthentic. It's there's like a time and a place to be able to speak about things more in depth, and so that's why it's nice that we've got a second channel, because then we can go into more depth about things, can't we? Yeah, because I was then going to say, going off what Darren just said, when we make too many entertainment videos, TV shows, then like we can't fully explain everything, and then I feel like oh, we didn't get to like really go into stuff, you know, like that's why we'd filmed the eating only in one colour, the green foods one, because we wanted to celebrate the occasion of being vegan for 13 years and make it really fun, and it's more of an accessible video for everyone, especially for all ages. So it's like designed for the whole family, so younger children can watch it and older people all at the same time. and then it can
good old-fashioned
and then
family entertainment.
And then the message can reach so many people, you know, the inspiring message of, you know, like what we've managed to achieve. It's not just about being vegan, but like we stuck at something for 13 years, and I think people find that inspiring, whether they want to be vegan or not. But then for the which I'm presuming older people, not little children.
Well, as in not the whole family, but maybe just the parents and the teenagers.
And like people who are like in their 20s. Then the vegan Q&A on Fizz was then really helpful and went into more detail about our vegan journey. Whereas if we'd have put that on the main channel, that wouldn't have been really classed as a TV show. It's just a Q&A sit down. So that is our method behind the two channels. If we haven't quite explained it properly, when we first,
it's been an evolving process for us anyway. I think that's why. Like it was always supposed to be like bonus videos, but then I think we got a bit like muddled up ourselves. It's when you try to do a schedule, you're like, well, we've got to do one video on each channel, but like it's not really a bonus video. It is still like a main channel video, and then like we just got so muddled up with it. So I think forgetting about a schedule and just being like, well, we're gonna make big, well thought out, like big edit videos. I mean, a lot of it's to do with the edit as well, because realistically you can turn anything into like a more faster paced entertaining thing just by it being more energy and effort put into the edit.
But we still want the concept for Family Fizz to be high caliber, if that makes sense. Like if we could have made the Q&A really more fun and like cut loads of stuff out, but it still would have been.
But then it defeats the purpose of being able to share stuff.
And it wouldn't been still like that engaging, just one scene sat on a sofa for like saying it's a TV show. Like when we watch Dragon's Den, for instance, if you think about it, the topic of Dragon's Den, what they're talking about, like seeing if they can like, you know, invest in other businesses that are starting up. It's actually quite a serious topic, but they've managed to.
We can basically talk about and show anything. So really
excited. I really want 2025 this year to be where we really feel like we can be our authentic selves with you guys and just share all about things about our life. Because when we make
it's just
too
going
many
more in depth, I think is all it is. It's not like we've ever been inauthentic. It's there's like a time and a place to be able to speak about things more in depth, and so that's why it's nice that we've got a second channel, because then we can go into more depth about things, can't we?
Because I was then going to say, going off, like really go into stuff, you know, like that's why we'd filmed the eating only one colour, the green foods one, because we wanted to celebrate the occasion of being vegan for 13 years and make it really really go into stuff, you know, like that's why we'd filmed the eating only one colour, the green foods one, because we wanted to celebrate the occasion of being vegan for 13 years and make it really fun, and it's more of an accessible video for everyone, especially for all ages. So it's like designed for the whole family, so younger children can watch it and older people all at the same time, and then it can
good old-fashioned family entertainment.
And then the message can reach so many people, you know, the inspiring message of, you know, like what we've managed to achieve. It's not just about being vegan, but like we stuck at something for 13 years, and I think people find that inspiring, whether they want to be vegan or not. But then for the which I'm presuming older people, not little children.
Well, as in not the whole family, but maybe just the parents and the teenagers.
And like people who are like in their 20s. Then the vegan Q&A on Fizz was then really helpful and went into more detail about our vegan journey. Whereas if we'd have put that on the main channel, that wouldn't have been really classed as a TV show. It's just a Q&A sit down. So that is our method behind the two channels, if we haven't quite explained it properly. When we first,
it's been an evolving process for us anyway. I think that's why. Like it was always supposed to be like bonus videos, but then I think we got a bit like muddled up ourselves. It's when you try to do a schedule, you're like, well, we've got to do one video on each channel, but like it's not really a bonus video. It is still like a main channel video, and then like we just got so muddled up with it. So I think forgetting about a schedule and just being like, well, we're gonna make big, well thought out, like big edit videos. I mean, a lot of it's to do with the edit as well, because realistically you can turn anything into like a more faster paced entertaining thing just by it being more energy and effort put into the edit.
But we still want the concept for Family Fizz to be high caliber, if that makes sense. Like if we could have made the Q&A really more fun and like cut loads of stuff out, but it still would have been.
But then it defeats the purpose of being able to share stuff.
And it wouldn't been still like that engaging, just one scene sat on a sofa for like saying it's a TV show. Like when we watch Dragon's Den, for instance, if you think about it, the topic of Dragon's Den, what they're talking about, like seeing if they can like, you know, invest in other businesses that are starting up. It's actually quite a serious topic, but they've managed to turn this TV show into something which all people who aren't even really into business can enjoy. They've made it entertaining, even though it's really serious. Like, you don't have to be an entrepreneur or an investor to find that show fun. And they managed to make it really good, but they do a lot of good editing in that to make it fun. Like, they'll cut things down a lot. They'll only use the juicy bits where people are crying or where they're making mistakes or where they're saying something really funny, and they edit it and craft it into a way where it makes it fun for all. And I think that's what a TV show essentially is. I guess The Apprentice has now just come out as well, and that's a similar show. Because I mean, if you think about it, I used to watch The Apprentice when I was younger, and I used to find it so fun, and I wasn't really into that sort of thing when I was younger.
You're an entrepreneur at heart, Georgiana.
I know, but now I do actually find it really fun. Like, when I'm watching the show, I'm watching it from the perspective of learning about, like, actually what they're doing, the deals and things like that.
To be honest, I feel like a lot of people are kind of entrepreneurs at heart. Just if you think about what the world used to be 100+ years ago, there wasn't these massive companies which loads of people worked for. A lot of people did work for themselves. They were the person who puts the horseshoes on, or they're the person who bakes the bread. Like, even surnames are often to do with like what their trade or profession was, wasn't it? So I guess it was like the men were often the people doing all these different things, and then the ladies were like looking after the children in the house, which is the hardest job of all, quite literally. So I think everyone is a bit of an entrepreneur at heart. Because obviously it's only 100 or so years ago that was basically how everybody lived, wasn't it?
I just thought of something, but you know, like, I don't know if they still do this, but you know, you get TV shows, they do sometimes have a second program to that show where they do, like, they review it, or they interview the people who've been on the show. Like, you know, Big Brother, they used to have the second one. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know, but I know what you're saying. It's
so,
just basically
like
for the people.
More in-depth one.
It's for the people who really love the program, and then they can go deeper. And I guess that is the layers to our content. It's like Family Fizz is the gateway drug.
Don't say that. Dad, don't say that. No, say it like say the analogy of the TV show.
Yeah, exactly. It's the main one, and then there's the bonus one, and then there's fully behind the scenes on here. There you go.
So that is, if you've never understood our logic behind it, I feel like we've finally figured it out ourselves, and hence why we're talking to you about it right now. But that is what it is. And then also the same for Instagram. You get to, I mean, that's a bit different. It's like photos and short form. Usually with our short form, especially what I'm now doing on Reels and Spotlight, and also on Shorts and TikTok, I've been any like special, like extra special like moments of our day, I'm capturing, and then I'm turning it into a piece of short form. The short form we used to make in the past used to be like trending things, like to sounds and stuff. We've stopped doing that now. I'm not really feel passionate about that anymore. It doesn't feel that meaningful, and it kind of felt like we were making this hypnotic stuff. I'm not saying we won't ever like do some trending stuff. If there's one that we feel like is good, we'll do it.
It aligns with like what our lifestyle is. Anyway.
But now I'm just capturing moments that I think are so like extra special, like extra funny moment. You know, like when Koa's going, "Is someone going to carry me?" or Karma pulling her teeth out, or just something like that. Then I'm capturing that, and then I try and turn it into something inspiring, or something that will make you smile, or something that will intrigue people to go, "Hang on, what's going on here? This is interesting." So that is what our short form is. It's like a very special moment.
I feel like we're in a really good place with making content online now, just because like we've been on a massive journey. We've like started off with really kind of niche health content, and then moved fully into just entertainment content like gradually, and it was a brilliant challenge, and we really enjoyed it. And
it served us really well.
Absolutely. It's given us a complete life of abundance, and everything's amazing. And
I think it also served the Fizz fan really well. Like you guys watching, you like the content that we made back then. I think the amount of messages you had from people saying, "You've literally inspired me so much to be myself."
But even
I felt depressed, and you made me feel good. People in hospitals.
Exactly. That's what those are the ones what really get me. Like where it's just where people, like, I've just woken up from a operation, and like you know, your videos are just really making me laugh and smile, and that is amazing. Like, we do love sharing joy, absolutely,
100%.
but then like we just really feel compelled, even if it might not be the most popular content, whatever, we just feel compelled to really want to share things about health and fitness as well, because it is a I know it's almost kind of going full circle, but it's like combining everything now, and I think it's having those different avenues of being able to share as well as what helps with that.
Yeah, I agree.
But also, I don't know whether it's just us and we've got a biased perspective or what, but it feels like, to me, to Georgie, like to all of us really when we talk about it, that the world is kind of going more in a direction where it's open to just wanting to get healthier and wanting to feel better. And I don't think it's always been that way. I think things have to go through a progression, you know, where there's like, I don't know, people are, whatever it was, in the 1930s, everybody was eating like just actual foods, and then gradually as these like processed foods get introduced, and then like people eat them and, oh god, this tastes nice, and this is, oh, I've got a sugar high and stuff. And you have to go through that journey before you then realise actually it kind of makes you feel rubbish, and it wrecks my body and my mind and stuff. And I feel like collectively, like around the world, people are just...
It's a shift, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. People are just wanting to feel...
Shift.
They're taking control, like self-autonomy. Like they're actually taking responsibility. Yeah, I think we're all doing that collectively. Like as humans, we're actually thinking, hang on, this isn't just like genes and there's nothing I can do about it. I think people actually now believe and understand that you do have a big impact on how you feel based upon your choices.
Well, I also feel like Cara and Cara are a lot older now, so I now feel like I've got more headspace and more like confidence in myself that I want to like talk more about this subject. Because when they were younger, we were so like in the moment, like when you've got younger kids, you're like just trying to survive basically, and doing that. So we're making like the fun family Fizz videos.
Being a parent is the hardest.
I know, and then
absolutely.
So I didn't feel in a position that I wanted to share more information about what we're doing in life, because I hadn't quite got a grasp on it. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel that healthy. I was up all night. Like I didn't want to talk about it, about anything. Like we're making family Fizz videos, so we've never ever quit on that. But like the idea of making more videos, like sharing our routines and our healthy things, I wasn't quite in a position where I felt like I could be the person to talk about stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We were on a journey, and then also at one point in our lives when we were like especially
because you weren't feeling your best, so therefore you didn't feel like making videos about here's how I feel my best.
Yeah,
when you
no,
like
I didn't.
Currently don't.
I didn't, but now I do. Now I'm a bit older.
Absolutely.
I feel like I've had another glow up in a way of I feel really like energized and really good about myself. I'm getting good sleep. I feel like I'm nourishing myself in all different ways. I feel good. Like I'm not breastfeeding anymore, and like, you know, that just drains you. I don't feel drained anymore. I really did, especially when we were living in Costa Rica and Cara and Karma were little. Oh, that I found like 2019, 2020, 2021, I think everyone did at that point as well, really draining. And like I just felt like I just wanted to shut myself off to people. I didn't want to be myself and like express myself that much. But now I feel really good. I mean, I was still sharing all my breastfeeding stuff, but I think a lot of the content we made then was just us having a laugh as a family and hanging around, and then I would talk about my breastfeeding journey. But now also we've also gone on a journey ourselves. From we were like, when we first went vegan, we were eating really clean, healthy, whole foods, and then we slowly started to get relaxed on the way we ate, and then we started eating like junk food and stuff. We talked about this in the vegan Q&A, and then over the last several years we've really cleaned up our diet and got into a good position. So I now feel like we've got a really good like understanding of like how it feels when you don't look after yourself and how it feels when you do look after yourself. And I think that's why we feel like in this position where we want to share what we've done, because we've got some good contrast. We know how it feels like when you're running yourself down to the ground, or when you're just eating Oreos and things like that. I'm just looking at the
petrol station, by the way, because we've got 4%
well, that's
left,
not good.
So
yeah,
right.
So we're just all bursting full of stuff.
So Mia's 8 miles.
Mia's on a different journey right now. Now she's 20. She's working out. She's doing trying all these new sports. She's really taking care of herself. I feel like you're in your self-care era, what they call it. You know, the Gen Zers.
I mean, it's normal for my age, but I feel like I've definitely got myself figured out a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, than a few years ago.
So yeah, you should check out Mia's Instagram and her Snap as well. She's sharing all of her things on there. But obviously, Mia, I feel really proud of you, because you've even started to be really disciplined with taking your vitamins and things like that. Because a couple of years ago, you didn't really care about taking them, but even now, I'm noticing you're doing like loads of.
I found it like difficult to stick to.
What's the number one thing that you're doing though, Mia? What I praised you about recently?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
What's helped you with how you're sticking to things?
Writing it all down.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the one thing that's changed.
Exactly.
I never like took my vitamins. I never did these things, but it's because I've actually like written everything that I wanted to do down. I started by writing down my ideal like morning routine, evening routine. I kept it very short and simple, but just like first five things I wanted to do when I wake up, and first 5 things I wanted to do before going to sleep.
Yeah, honestly, there's a really good
every day.
phrase, which is write it down, make it happen.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's just, there's some people say there's like a lot deeper elements to this, but there's something about when you just write stuff down, it makes you do it way more than just thinking of it. Like, I don't know, I guess the psychology, like we like ticking off things off a list, I guess. But
yeah, guys, I'm so obsessed. I even brought them back.
Well done, I love
two notebooks in the car. This one's for like ideas. Like I bring this everywhere. I got a little one to always bring in all of my bags, even like, you know, my little tiny, you know, like fashion purses. This fits in because it's so small. So I write all my ideas and stuff down here, just anything. And then this one is my daily one, where I just write my to-do list and then also like my log of doing exercise. I've just added some more things, but I want to try and do some like art every day. So when we get back, I have this like sketchbook, so I want to do like some drawing or something in it every day. And then obviously I have all my socials to post to, and that was also something which I was struggling to keep track of, because there's so many social medias now, and I want to post to them all. And then obviously I have all my socials to post to, and that was also something which I was struggling to keep track of, because there's so many social medias now, and I want to post to them all, because I know everyone uses different ones, and also they're just slightly different, and it's fun to be on all of them. So yeah, I have to keep a log of that, if not I will forget. So yeah,
that honestly, I've always been a fan of writing
good
lists and writing things down, and I think some people who I know, they're like, oh, you're so organised, or you do a lot, Georgie, but honestly I think it is just because I write lists. It honestly helps.
Same.
The day, like, you're more in control of the day. The days where I don't look at my list and like, oh, that doesn't matter, I'll remember, I actually miss out some crucial things. That you'll be surprised, there'll be something on there that you haven't remembered, so always write it down and then make sure you look
like
at it.
I don't know, say like if you have a pint of water in the morning, even if you do that as standard, it's just really nice to write it down and then mark it off.
I've even seen some influential people say that they even write your list. They'll even put things like that on it. Even though every day I know that I'm probably going to remember to go on the trampoline, I always write it down just because I think there's some like, it just makes it happen. Like trampoline and toe expanders. And
because I do use apps for this as well. I'm currently using one called Things 3, but physically writing things is just a million times better.
What, then having like a phone reminder?
Absolutely, it really does. Even though like I do use the digital things as well, just because sometimes I might not always have the piece of paper with me, the notebook with me, but I always do the ones which I write down, whereas the digital ones I don't stick to as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that because I have tried to do it before with apps that you recommended me, like any.do and things like that, and I've just never stuck to it before. And I think I realised, like maybe a year ago, I started writing things down on paper, just like everything. And I realised when I write things down on paper, I come up with ideas better. Like I can think better, and then also I actually stick to it and remember. It's something about having it physically. Like I have never been able to stick to the apps before. Obviously, some people it might actually work for, but personally for me, like you just got to figure out what works for you. And
I just think the more like old school things you can do, the better. I even follow one guy on YouTube. His name's Raysu, I think, Reysu, and he talks about digital minimalism. And like he's actually, for quite a lot of things, say like where, you know, your phone just incorporates all these different things together. But he's started, like, if he goes to the gym and wants to listen to an audiobook, he's using like an old-fashioned iPod, so it only does that thing. There's no distractions, like you can't do other stuff on it. And it's actually, and he's really into using notebooks as well. There's a whole, by the way, it's a whole niche on YouTube where people are obsessed with notebooks.
Oh, I love it.
And there's all these different ways of journalising, like
Sienna's watched a lot of videos
there's a
about
type
journaling,
of
haven't you?
Japanese journaling. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's really fascinating, and like they're just really organised, and it's nice. But you can even do that digitally, where like you want to free yourself from distractions. So
sorry,
like,
my hand just came up then.
There's even a big thing about like dumb phones as well.
Yeah, the old
like
fashioned ones.
where you get them where they just do certain things. They can't. There's no web browser. There's no social media. You know, there's just a calculator, and it makes calls, makes texts, and you know, the basic things, so you're not getting loads of distractions and like scrolling through things, etc.
Well, we've now been speaking for 26, nearly 27 minutes. I love it how Co and Karma just get to have a loads of pep talk, don't they? So guys, if you want to take something away from this, one, subscribe to our second channel, Fizz on YouTube, to see all of our daily videos for February, and two, get yourself a notepad. Or just a scrap.
Absolutely,
or you know, like sometimes you get those little scrap pieces of paper that you get in the hotel next to the bed, or like some old paper, whatever. It doesn't have to be a fancy notepad.
I would say the
just write
opposite to
down.
that. Fair enough, I know you're trying to make it no barrier to entry, but
Yeah.
I would personally say get yourself a really nice notepad and get yourself a really nice pen, so you really value it and cherish it and like see it for how life-changing and special it actually is, as opposed to just the scrap paper. I think it's like the notepad I've got is called Dingbats. They're on Amazon. They're a really nice company as well, but it's like a proper hard-backed notepad, so not spiral, but then also you can tear the pages out if you want to tear the pages out as well, and then it's got a loop to put your pen in, so I've got a nice Parker
Isn't
pen
it
in
vegan
there.
leather?
Vegan leather, yeah.
You know what I like to think about some of the
Oh no,
things.
it's saying
You know when
rerouting.
No,
Yeah, I've got 2% petrol and it's saying rerouting.
Did we go past the garage
No,
just then?
I haven't been
guys.
concentrating.
Oh no, there's a garage over there.
Oh, that's
Cespa.
what? How is it saying rerouting then when there's one there?
But don't you have to go
Thank
round the
goodness you just
roundabout?
spotted that,
Anyway,
Georgie.
guys, we better concentrate on our route because we are meant to be like driving today. Anyway, so really nice. I will probably get some more snap today, but if we don't, that's
that
because
is
we're doing
okay.
our daily video. But I just really wanted to check in with you guys, let you know everything.
It says 1%. I'm not. Oh no, it's gone to 2%. I think it's because I went round a corner.
Okay, guys, right. I better let you
I've got to
concentrate
turn
now.
around at this roundabout, go back to the petrol station.